All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mo DeFrank Stadium. It is week 3 for Garnet Valley football, and facing Central League foe tonight, the Marple Newtown Tigers, in the Delaware County Athletes Hall of Fame kickoff game. Jags are 2-0, obviously, and Marple, coming off a loss to Strathaven last week, is 1-1. They lost 41-13 last week, coming off a 14-7 victory against Collingswood, New Jersey, in the opening week of the season. Jags, of course, coming off 2 big wins: one against Downingtown West, one against Conestoga last week, 55-14. Greg, Marple Newtown, always one of the better teams in the Central League. Very, very athletic squad behind head coach Chris Gicking.
Yeah, Pat, Marple's consistently one of the more athletic teams in the Central League. They'll spread you out. They'll go 4 wide. They'll go empty. They'll try and get the ball inside, outside. They'll run a bunch of misdirection, play action stuff, just trying to get mismatches downfield. Coach Chris Gicking was a quarterback back in the day. Played at both Villanova and Shippensburg beyond his Marple days. And he's an inventive guy when it comes to offensive football. He likes to give 1,000 different looks so that the defensive coordinators aren't really sure what's coming. And so I think it's a game where, if you're Jeff Allison and the Garnet Valley defense, you have to pay attention, read your keys, do the things that they watched on film all week, make sure they know the tendencies of that Marple team, and trust that what they practiced all week is what they're going to see tonight.
Yeah, and the Jags obviously racking up a lot of yards, averaging 420 yards per game so far, and about 48 points per game. The Marple Tigers averaging about 14, and all 4 of those scores coming at the hands of 3-year starter, 2-time All-Delco Charlie Box, who's a heck of an athlete that the Jags are going to have to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, Garnet Valley and Marple played last year in that abbreviated season. They had that 6-game Central League only season, and the 5A team, Marple was 5-0, Garnet Valley was 5-0 coming out of the 6A side. And they played here on Thanksgiving week, and Charlie Box gave that Garnet Valley defense fits for a big portion of the first half of that game. And he's a dynamic football player. They're going to try and get him the ball inside, running the ball. They're going to try and throw him the ball out of the backfield. We talk, about the Don Mink wheel route that they love so much. Marple loves to run that. They try and get him matched up with who they think is a slower defender. They try and get him on linebackers where they can get him loose in space and let him go to town. And he's athletic. He's a strong runner. He's a fast runner. He's a really good athlete. Plays lacrosse too for Marple and is a handful on the lacrosse field as well. He's just a really good athlete. And so, if you're watching the Marple side of things tonight, look for number 2 to have the ball in his hands a lot.
Yeah, number 2, and they have a few other threats as well. Number 4, McKee, Schumacher, and Box. The majority of the offense for them, and ball's in the hands of a sophomore, and Dave Bertolini, who's not afraid to turn him loose.
No, and he's got a really good arm. He's a good athlete in the backfield as a quarterback. The only question that most high school offensive coordinators will have with young quarterbacks is decision making. And he's done some good things and done some questionable things watching their 2 games against Strathaven and Collingswood so far. So if you're, again, that defensive front and those linebackers for Garnet Valley, we've seen how fast they are at defensively, the front 7 for Garnet Valley. We've seen how much they want to bring pressure in the 2 games against Downingtown West and Conestoga last week. So you'd think that you're going to look to see Garnet Valley to try and put some pressure on Bertolini early.
Yep, that'll be a good test for the young quarterback. Jags, of course, on the other side of the ball without Shane Reynolds this week, but the very capable hands of guys like Jason Bernard and Ryan Saunders, and seemingly a never-ending
Junior Joe Cecchio has been in there.
Running
got a
backs.
stable of backs, so we'll see him tonight for sure.
And much more of an aerial attack than we're used to seeing from these Garnet Valley teams, but showing a lot of balance. It was funny, we were talking to Coach Ricky this week, and he's very happy with the progress in the passing game, but even though they're racking up all these yards on the ground, still doesn't think that the offense is quite firing on all cylinders at the ground game. So It's a good problem to have.
We talked about it last week a little bit about, mistakes. Garnet Valley's, uncharacteristically had 10 penalties so far in the first 2 games. Some of those are aggressive penalties. Coach Ricky talked about, mental mistakes versus physical mistakes. And some of those offsides have just been overly aggressive O-linemen trying to get off the ball quick, which is, if you're going to have an acceptable mistake, that's one. But, certainly having 10 penalties, averaging 5 a game isn't something that Coach Ricky or the Garnet Valley staff is going to be happy with going forward. So we'll see if they can shore that up tonight.
Well, speaking for the O-linemen, we need to get as much of a quick start as we can out there. So, yeah, and that's true. He said he'll take those penalties all day versus the what he calls the selfish ones or the mental errors and personal fouls. So, all right, we'll take another little break here. We'll turn you back over to action on the field, and we'll get ready for the Jags and Marple to kick this thing off.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Got you.
So looking down at the field, the regular captains, Nolan Brennan, Max Buzenkill, C.J. Wood, and number 6, Shane Gallagher, who's not dressed tonight. But the honorary captains this evening, number 3, Ndoza Yokolo, and number 66, Tyler Holland. Again, Greg, selected by their teammates for the
we talked about it last week. One of the things that Garnet Valley prides itself on in the program is, they have elected captains as voted on by their teammates preseason coming out of their summer football camp. But then each week throughout the season, there are 2 additional senior captains that are captains of the week, as also voted on and selected by a combination of players and coaches. And those selections have very little to do with performance on the field, as much as it is how hard they work in the off season, how they handle themselves in school academically, in the weight room, and what kind of teammates they are. And the players do a really good job of selecting guys that are worthy of that outside of those 4 elected captains. So those guys should be proud.
Yep, and number 3, Okolo, last week, 3 big catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. So got him involved in the scoring. Gallagher, of course, number 35, leading the receivers for Garnet Valley.
Marple won the coin toss and deferred, so the Jags are going to get the ball in the first half offensively, coming out from left to right on your screen.
A shout out to Coach Bill Biddle, Coach Mo DeFrank, Coach Jerry Demling, all watching tonight, and Jim Litwa and his old Army buddy Joe Halloran are also tuned in. Stand for the national anthem.
National anthem, please.
Garnet Valley Marching Band, national anthem, and also a moment of silence there. Your dad checking in from Sea Isle this week, basking in the glow of his retirement from the booth.
The one and only voice of the Valley is checking in from down in Sea Isle City. Enjoy the game, Dad.
So Marple to kick. That's Matthew Cantwell doing the kicking, and it's an onside kick right off the bat. There's a scrum. It looks like the Jaguars got it. That's number 55, Vince Manna. Very heads-up play there. That was a trick play right out of the box for Marple. And Cantwell was going to try to recover that himself, and he comes up shaken up a little bit. He's also a key part of their defense and their big tight end. And he's limping off the field after the onside kick attempt.
Also handles the punting duties for Marple, too, and he's limping pretty good, so he's down on the sideline in some noticeable pain.
So we see the Jags here. Looks like Bernard in the backfield. This goes to Saunders. Saunders and Bernard there. That's good for about 2 yards, right up to the 50-yard line. Again, Max Buzenkill, your quarterback, 6 foot 180. Joining him in the backfield, it could be any combination of Sean Gallagher, Jason Bernard, Ryan Saunders, Joe Cecchio, CJ Wood. The receivers, Okolo and Luke Lassick. We'll get to the linemen after this.
Yeah, CJ Wood in there at slot back now.
Yep. This give goes to Bernard, and he's up across the 40-yard line down to about the 38. Good enough for a first down. Pickup of about 10 there. Good blocking off the left side. Lead back through there was Saunders.
Sean Gallagher checks in for CJ Wood.
Across the front for Marple Newtown, Nathan Wynn, number 62, Jimmy Halley, the tackles, Damian Bosch. 2 inside linebackers are Mathis and Luster. This pitch goes to Bernard, looking for some room around the corner. He's got some. Down across the 30, the 20 to 10. He's almost caught, but no. Stumbles into the end zone for a touchdown. 39-yard run for Jason Bernard around the right side. Looked like he had one guy had a chance at him and tripped him up a little, but he kept his balance and stumbled into the end zone. Jags will try for the extra point. Had some trouble with this last week, but don't check your program. That is Nolan Brennan as the holder. Oh.
Gets a tough one right out of the gate, rolled back to him. Big number 52 picks it up off the turf and gets it down.
When you need good hands, you always got to call a lineman, right?
Nolan Brennan continues to tell all his skill guy teammate buddies that he's got the best hands on the team, whether he wears 52 or not.
And CJ Wood usually, I rave about him with his the long snapping there. He kind of rolled that back, but Brennan very deftly handled the ground ball and put it on the tee for Libertor to convert. So just like that, with 10:45 left to go in the first quarter, The Jags are up 7-0. That touchdown brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat Salon and Spa, with locations in Concordville, Springfield, and Center City, Philadelphia.
I want to real quick let everyone know that tonight's game sponsor, Week 3 sponsor, is KMC Property Maintenance, local Garnet Valley owned and operated business by none other than former Jaguar player, both baseball and football player, as well as current freshman football coach Kevin Conrad. We're going to speak with Kevin at halftime tonight.
Back deep for Marple is Eric McKee at number 2, Charlie Box. This one is 8 yards deep in the end zone for what's come to be pretty commonplace, a touchback for kicker Zach Libertor.
Yeah, Zach started off the season, I forget, the 8 for 9 or 7 for 8 touchbacks between Downingtown West and those first 2 last week against Conestoga, and then not sure whether it was strategy or his leg got tired from kicking so much, but he's back to the touchback magic.
So this is Bertolini, kicks it out to McKee, who makes a couple guys miss here and gets up about 6 yards. Call it 5 yards up to the 25. No, it's the 26. 2nd down and 4 for Marple Newtown. Bertolini, the quarterback, again, a sophomore. In the backfield with him, Charlie Box. And then they have this spread look. Michael Schumacher, number 3. And this Bertolini to throw again, completes it to Schumacher, and he's up for a first down across the 30 to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 7. It's just spread offense and a quick out there, right, Greg?
Yeah, and we talked about the young quarterback Bertolini and trying to take care of game management if you're the Marple coaches, and they 2 for 2 passing, but he threw a screen out here to the split end, and now a short 4-yard pass, 5-yard pass, but they converted. They picked up the first down and moved the chains.
That's McKee in motion, and he takes the handoff, looking for room on the outside, cuts it up for a pickup of about 4. Where he's met, looks like Nolan Brennan in there across the front for Garnet Valley. Nolan Brennan plays in the middle there. Kieran Gallagher, Austin Surakanich are those defensive ends. Will Resneski and Drew Van Horn, the outside linebackers. Middle linebackers, Drew Jackalis and Joe Halloran. So it is 2nd and 7. This time to give the Box, he's looking for room. He's met pretty early. Good for about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Let's call it 3rd and 5. Across the front for Marple, the center, number 57, Jake McGowan. Gavin Garbett, a 6'1", 210-pound senior. Damian Bosch, two-way player, 6'4", 220 at guard. Brian Foley, the other guard, 5'9", 200. Andrew Curlin, 6'6", 270-pound sophomore on the right tackle. And Marple burns a timeout early on here.
Coach Gicking was right in the referee's ear, and as Bertolini was moving Charlie Box from his left side to his right side, and then they weren't quite sure, you could see Coach Gicking. This is in a 7-0 hole right out of the gate. This is an important first down for them to try and convert just to keep this drive going. They don't want to give the ball back to the Jags this early.
Yep. They're approaching midfield, and yeah, they definitely would want to convert here and keep moving the chains and try to gain a little momentum. Rest of that Jaguar defense, the corners, Luke Lassick, number 1, and Max Buzenkill. And then back at safety, we see Ryan Saunders and C.J. Wood, who's been playing out of his mind lately. That's the whole defense has, but Wood, coach was speaking very highly of him as a leader in the locker room and just how he gets to the football all the time. Just get trips to the top of your screen for Bertolini. This is going to go to Box, and he's up the middle, good enough for the first down. Lined up with 3 receivers to the right-hand side and give the ball to their money guy, Charlie Box, the 5'9", 180-pound senior, picks up the yardage for the first down to move the chains. Big first down, as you were saying, Greg.
Yeah, it keeps the drive going. It gives another couple minutes at least to give that Marple defense a rest if they end up turning the ball over. It, gives them a whole new fresh set of downs, and I'm sure Coach Gicking is thrilled with that timeout.
Well spent. Comes Bertolini's going to throw. He's complete to Schumacher again for a decent gain of 4 yards. 2nd and 6 at the Marple Newtown 48-yard line.
It's a really nice pass by any quarterback, let alone a young sophomore quarterback. He found the spot, the soft spot right there, 4 or 5 yards downfield, and put a nice ball, a nice touch pass right on his hands, easy to catch, secure the ball, and 2nd and 5.
Give goes to Box again, and he's swarmed under. Oh, no, he's still up. How did he get out of that pile? Salvaged 2 yards on that carry after it looked like he got swallowed up by the middle of the Garnet Valley defense. That's a straight-up athletic play there, Coach.
Yeah, you got to wrap up. Defensive coaches say you can't just hit. It's not just about the initial impact. You got to wrap up and get him to the ground, and Box kept his feet moving and got something out of nothing. You almost wonder if this is 2-down territory in Coach Gicking's mind. 3rd and short, right at midfield.
Full spread formation here. Nobody in the backfield. Here comes motion man is Box. They fake it to him, clear it out to McKee. He's met quickly by Joe Halloran. Looks like he's short, just short of
maybe
the
a
first
half a
down.
yard. Yeah.
Where they're spotting that, and this ought to be it's a big play. It's probably a no-brainer to go for it at 1st and short like this, but got to make sure you convert. Bringing in a
Hurry up
extra
to the
lineman
ball.
there, Nathan Wynn.
Wonder if they try and draw him off
260
sides.
pounds.
No. Oh. It's going to be close where this side judge is measuring it.
Well, he moved up just enough there. Yep.
It's actually a nice job by the referees on not blowing the whistle prematurely.
Yep.
A lot of times you'll see in a pile like that, they blow the whistle and the guy comes out of it after the whistle blows, but they let the play take course, and Marple got the 2 yards they needed.
So two crucial conversions here for first downs. Marple on a nice drive that started at their own 20. They're in Garnet Valley territory. Bertolini looking to pass. He throws it. The ball's tipped. The line of scrimmage intended for.
We'll look at a replay here, see if we can see who gets their hand on the ball up front. Yep, number 52, Nolan Brennan.
Nolan Brennan. That pass was intended for number 3, Schumacher again. Brennan gets the hand up. Ball falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. It is 5:41 left to go in the first quarter. Same formation, empty backfield. Twins to the top with Box in the slot. And Bertolini's going to keep it here, looking for some room. Not much. Everybody's there. Drew Jackalis looked like he's the first guy in. And Joe Halloran right on his back. But give a lot of credit to Sarkanich and Brennan again for clogging that play up. That was good for about, we'll call it a yard.
Yeah, but big offensive lineman, number 66. I'm sorry, number 56, Andrew Curlin, 6'6", 270, pulled from right to left on that side, and he got caught up a little bit inside trying to get across the center, and Bertolini just had nowhere to go.
And Bertolini again, they're looking for the screen pass. Good, like quick slant screen to McKee. And that one's good for a couple. This time it'll be 4th down, and let's call it a short 8.
You see C.J. Wood there again from that safety spot. Comes up like a rocket and makes that tackle.
And I laughed because he came flying up to show blitz and then went running right back out and came in and made a huge play. So now this has been another big decision for Gicking here. He's gonna keep the offense in there with a 4th and 9 or 4th and 8.
You won't find many high school offensive coordinators that punt the ball from inside the 45.
So Bertolini under center. Oh, and they're going to burn another timeout. That is Marple's 2nd timeout of the first half, and there is still 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. So get the sense that that Gicking sees this as a sustainable drive here that he wants to try to cash in on, and he's selling out to get there.
He was rewarded with that first time out. They picked up the first down. They kept the drive going. They got it across midfield. You wonder on 4th and 8, with still 4 minutes left in the first quarter, whether they're going to want that timeout as it gets closer to half. But, you know, to your point, if he thinks he can sustain this drive and get points out of this drive and get right back from the Garnet Valley opening drive, I'm sure he'll say it was worth it.
Ben just letting me know this is the 13-play drive so far for Marple Newtown. I think more time would have come off the clock.
Yeah. As you were saying it, I was trying to do the math in my head. Math not my strong suit, Pat. Not on the fly, anyway. 13 plays, and they've gone from the 20 to the 43.
Yeah, so 37 yards so far in 13 plays. So box in the backfield. Here comes C.J. Wood faking again. Bertolini rolls out looking for a place to go, and he's snowed under for no gain. There's a penalty on the far side of the field.
We'll see a replay of this if we can get one queued up. I wonder if they're going to call holding on number 32 on box out of the backfield up top. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, just the grab at the waist right there. That's going to be an automatic first down.
Yep. Good eye, Greg. And so that will be a first down for Marple. A mistake there. But, yeah, Bertolini rolling out. And he was one-on-one, I guess, with they had him locked up on res.
Yeah, we talked about the penalties earlier, and I'm sure Garnet Valley is not thrilled with the holding call there. But they probably don't want to be in too many situations where they have their defensive end guarding box out in space like that. He is a tremendous athlete. We talked about his speed, so I'm sure Garnet Valley will take the 5 yards, 8-yard penalty.
We got 2 tight ends now. And this goes to box up the middle, looking for some room. He gets up across the Garnet Valley 30 to the 29. And now the 15th play. We have gone 52 yards in 15 plays. Number 32, Owen Mathis, in at tight end. Big baseball name in Marple. And this snap goes directly to box. Number 15 was in the backfield there as a wildcat. And that was Brian Bogan. But they went right between and box recovered it, but nowhere to go, and a good play by the Garnet Valley defense. And you see Bogan here in the shotgun. It goes between the two of them. I don't know if that was supposed to be a direct snap or what, but Nolan Brennan, number 52, in there for the play. Whoa. Bertolini
sailed on him.
Airmailed that one over, intended for McKee, and just slipped out of his hand, went went high and wide, so it'll be 4th and 15. Just looks like changing personnel here, but they're going to keep the offense on the field at the 39. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the injury to Cantwell. Maybe they're not able to kick it away. Or they got nothing to lose and they're just going to go for it. Bertolini by himself, looking for some room. Good protection. Fires up the middle. It's complete to McKee, and that's good for a first down. Across the Garnet Valley 25, almost right at the 20-yard line.
You see McKee over in the right slot here. Yeah, just runs about a 10-yard in.
Yeah.
Really nice ball by Bertolini. He stepped up in the pocket, saw his receiver, and put it right on his hands.
And had a lot of good protection there up front with those guys that Bosch, Foley, McGowan.
Young quarterback Bertolini, he's looked poised. He's looked comfortable in the pocket.
Give goes to Box. And that's no gain. Jammed up by the middle of the Garnet Valley defense. 2nd and 10.
Was that play 18?
Yeah. Play 18. 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And this drive started at the Marple Newtown 20.
With 10:45 left in the quarter.
He's going to pass again. Little bit of pressure. Oh, ball tipped and then caught by McKee.
I'm not sure who he's throwing it to. He lost it, yeah.
Yeah. Looked like that was, it was intended maybe for Bogan and tipped, and McKee picked it up. Now we got a 1st and goal at the Garnet Valley 3-yard line.
For those watching, we have some challenging camera angles from up here in the press box at Mo DeFrank Stadium, so we have a little bit of a blind spot down there in the corner between our cameras.
Give goes to Box, and Box scores his 5th touchdown of the season. So that was a 20-plus play, 80-yard drive by Marple Newtown, and
took up almost 11 minutes of this first quarter.
11 minutes, and I am sure that Coach Gicking is not regretting either one of those timeouts at this point.
No.
He cashed them in for points.
Extra point pending here. You get the game tied up, and you've kept the ball out of Garnet Valley's offense's hands.
This is number 12, Ty Can, in to kick, and that one's good. So with 25.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Ty John, pronounced his name wrong, sorry.
That's all right.
The Marple Tigers with a fantastic 80-yard drive tie this game up.
Yeah, if you're Chris Gicking and that Marple staff, you're thrilled. Yeah, there were some mistakes they made. The snap in between Bogan and Box that Nolan Brennan made the tackle on in the backfield that put him in the 3rd and 15. But they twice picked up 4th down conversions, 20-play drive. They moved the ball, combination of throwing the ball inside, throwing the ball down the field, running the ball inside and outside, and they kept that Garnet Valley defense on its heels a little bit, and a 20-play drive later, it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, every time they needed a play, they got it. And now they're going to kick it away. Looks like Ty John will handle those kicking duties now that Cantwell has hurt himself a little bit. So Knuckler, this fielded by Gallagher. He's looking for some room up the middle, finds a little bit, but just gets up to about the 30-yard line of Garnet Valley, and the very well-rested Garnet Valley offense will come back on the field, except that a bunch of them go both ways. So.
I was going to say, the ones who weren't on the field on that 20-play drive defensively are rested.
Right.
Yeah, that knuckleball kickoff by Ty John rolled around on the ground a little bit, and it looked like Garnet Valley's kick return team a little out of sync timing-wise just because of that ground ball. Pretty good strategy if you're Marple, whether it was intended or not. Number 9, Max Busenkel on the quarterback keeper. Pickup of about 12 for the Jags. Move the sticks. That'll be the final play of this first quarter.
Yep. So the end of the first quarter, 7-7 tie. Marple on the strength of a quarter time clock killing 20-plus play drive there to tie up the score. Let's see if, Ben, do we have any some stats there from the first quarter?
I do. The thing I really want to focus on besides stats this quarter is the amount of time on each drive. Marple had a 10-minute drive there, 20 plays exactly, compared to the Jags, 4. It took 3 plays for them to score, and they ran 1 play before the clock was out. So the Jags had 4 plays compared to Marple's 20. That's 5 times as more play if I know my basic math. So we'll have to see. I think Marple really is hanging in there so far, but we'll have to see. The Jags are scoring way more efficiently than Marple right now, so we'll see going into the future. Mr. Patterson?
Thanks as always, Ben. This is a quick screen out. Oh, looking for Saunders, but just a little bit ahead. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Jags.
Garnet Valley there trying to get running back Ryan Saunders out in the flat.
Jags at the 42-yard line. Their own 42. Give goes to Saunders, and he's off the right side with a big gain of about 14 yards for a Garnet Valley first down, crossing into Marple territory, getting down to the Tiger 42-yard line. Up front for the Jags, center Sam DeTrolio. The guards are Nick Mahoney and Ben Nash. Nick 6'1", 270, Ben Nash 6'3", 260. And your tackles are Nolan Brennan, 6'3", 240 on the left side, and Austin Sarakanik, 6'3", 225. Gallagher split wide here. Looks like he's one-on-one. Oh. And Marple jumped there. That was their tackle on the inside, Jimmy Halley, number 30. And that'll be...
I'm not sure what he's doing here, Pat.
He was shooting a gap.
He's doing the cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, I think he was jumping into a swim move to roll into the B gap over there. And he did it before anybody else moved. This give goes off to the left side. That's Bernard, and he's bottled up pretty quickly, but still managed to pick up about 2 yards. So 2nd and 3 for the Jags. Clock running at 10 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the half. Give goes to Saunders, and he's crawling his way up for a, looks like he may have gotten the first down. The ball came out, but his knees were already on the ground. So it looks like it'll be enough, moving it up to about the 30, and that'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark him just outside the 30, almost right on it. He was clearly down.
This one, Buzenkill going in the air. Looks like, who is he?
He was looking for Saunders.
Yeah, he had
Out of the backfield.
a Colo deep, and then Saunders coming up the sideline. Looks like he was trying to slip it in there to Saunders, but a little bit overthrown. So 2nd down and 10 for Garnet Valley. Colo splits to the top of your screen. This one, Buzenkill keeping around the corner, takes it across to about the 25 for a pickup of 5 before he's run out of bounds by number 11, Jack Haggerty.
Ball's at the 24, so up. Jags going no huddle.
3rd and a long 3 for the Jags. Give goes to Bernard, and he's met early. See where they spot him. They spot him up close to the 20. This is going to be fourth and a short 1. The Jags are definitely going to go for this. In comes Will Resneski as a 2nd tight end with Joe Halloran. $9:28 to go in the half. Again, the give goes to Bernard, and he's got plenty for the 1st down. Right up there behind Ben Nash and Austin Sarkanich for a Jaguar 1st down inside the Marple Newtown 20-yard line. We'll call it the 18. Good play there, just double tight with 2 slots and just a lineman's 1st down there, Greg.
Yep, the big boys paved the way.
This is a pitch out to Saunders. He's looking for room on the outside. He picks up about 5 or 6.
They're going to get him all the way down to the 10.
They're going to get him down to the 10-yard line there. Sorry about that.
9.
Yeah, 9-yard pickup for Saunders. And the Jags will be 2nd and 1 from the Marple 10-yard line.
Offensive coach Rich Boyd will be happy with being in 2nd and 1 throughout the game.
Saunders and Gallagher to the top of the screen, but this goes right inside, handoff again to Bernard, and his helmet comes off on the tackle, but again, good enough for the 1st down. So the crack down marker team of Steve and Kevin Conrad dropped the stakes, and the down marker is all that's left here for 1st and goal at the Marple Newtown 5, 8:35 left to go in the half. This is Buzenkill again on the keeper. Rolls around the outside, and he's in for the touchdown. Buzenkill very selective about when he decides to run. He's I think he only had two running attempts the last 2 games each. And tonight he's done that twice, and both have paid off for good gains, this time for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice read. He had the option of pitching there. He made the read. Garnet Valley, Joe Cecchio coming on late for the extra point. Buzenkill did a real nice job of making the read. And
Doink.
Kicker's worst enemy, those uprights.
Yeah, so the Jags fail to convert there, but score the touchdown, and it's 13-7 Garnet Valley with 8:26 to go in the half.
Right about a 4-minute drive. Garnet Valley got that ball back with about 25 seconds left in the 1st half. Put together a 70-yard, 4-minute drive to get themselves back a 6-point lead because of that missed extra point. We've seen Garnet Valley the first couple weeks, Pat, when they've missed those PATs, the kicks, they've started going for 2 to try and make up that point, and as successful as they are, they continue to do that. So we'll see if that trend continues. Real quick before this kickoff, I want to give a shout out and a warm wish to former Garnet Valley quarterback, class of 18, Ryan Hamby. Ryan was dealing with some medical issues and just finished treatments this past week. He's home resting. You'll see the Garnet Valley players all have RH tape on their wrists and are wearing Ryan Strong decals on the back of their helmets. So from the entire Jaguar Nation community, Ryan, wishing you well. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully you're watching. Ryan Strong.
Here comes another kick. This one looks like it could be fielded, and it is. This is this box.
Yeah, all the way back from the 1 yard line.
Yep, Brent decides to bring it out, but doesn't. Gets it up across the 15, but good coverage by the Garnet Valley kick team there. Just shy of the 20-yard line. So 19-yard return for box. And the Marple Newtown Tigers will start once again from a very familiar position,
Yeah,
right around their own 20.
Yeah, we talked about it last week with Zach Libertor and the touchback. If he's consistently putting it in the end zone, the offense has got to go 80 yards every possession.
Oh, this one, another quick out to
It's a
McKee.
live ball.
No, he called it a forward pass. Looked like Will Rez picked it up and ran it into the end zone.
Let's see if we can see if this is forward or back. Ball's on the 19. Oh. It's where he throws it from, though, not the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Wish we had one of those sideline cameras, Pat. We could get the down the line of scrimmage look at that one.
Well, be good to talk about, but there's no replay in high school, so got to trust the guys that are right down there on top of it. Three seconds left on the play clock, and that ball snapped over Bertolini's head, and he does the wise thing and just falls on it at his own 5.
Yeah, live another play, live another day. They tell punters, quarterbacks, balls over their head that are snapped like that. If you have to turn your back to the line of scrimmage and run backwards to pick up the ball, that you should get your hands on it and get down immediately, having no idea what's coming behind you.
So we're looking at about a 3rd and 24 for Marple.
Not ideal.
From their own 5-yard line.
Well, not ideal if you're the Tigers anyway.
Empty backfield for Bertolini. He's looking to throw, and pressure coming off the side. It's complete, though, to Schumacher. Another good completion up across the 20-yard line. Still going to be short, but gets them to a 4th down and 8 at their own 22-yard line. And this time they are going to kick it away.
Yeah, it's Bertolini back there. Watching them in pregame, he is not their punter. We talked about the injury to Cantwell that took him out of the game early. He's their punter, and this is something to watch if you're Garnet Valley.
It looks like they kept the defense in.
Oh, that's why
He
he's
did
not their
kick.
punter.
It did take a bit of a Marple bounce there and rolled upfield, stayed in bounds. So kind of.
About an 18-yard punt.
Yeah.
That's not what Coach Gicking was hoping for.
So the Jags will take over inside Marple territory with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the half. That last touchdown for the Jags also brought to you by
Joseph Anthony Salon and Spa.
Yeah. I was getting the resort salon and spa. I'll try to get that all straight in my head, and I forgot the name. Joseph Anthony Retreat Salon and Spa in Conquerville. Joe, longtime Joey Gaggs, longtime supporter of Garnet Valley football. Runs a great operation over there. Colo split to our side, and looks like Saunders and Bernard in the backfield. This goes to Saunders for a very short gain, about 1, maybe 2 yards. ball across the Marple 40-yard line to the 38. Drew Jackalis checking in at tight end. Looks like he's coming in to bring the play in, but the huddle broke before he got there, so they knew what they were doing. And this is going to be a pass quick out to Okolo, and he picks up a few
Just
short of the first down by a little bit, so it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Jags, right on the 30 or right on the 31-yard line. Now Okolo comes to our side of the field here, to the bottom of your screen, and Gallagher in the slot. This give goes right to Bernard,
First down.
and he's up across the 30 for a first down. Just a pickup of 1.5 yards, but that's all he needed. So the Jags with another first down, and the clock will run now with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
I want to give a quick shout out. Michelle Van Horn, mother to junior number 2 Drew Van Horn, asked us to give a quick shout out to little Jag fans Dom and Mikey. Big Jaguar fans watching from the stream. They love following from home. So do both Michelle and Dom and Mikey.
And
Thanks for watching.
Drew's Uncle Brian and Aunt Glennis are watching. Here's the give, goes to Gallagher around the left side. He's got a block, and he barrels across the 25 down to around the 20. So this one also just short of the first down, but a pickup of almost 10 there. So 2 and second down and a very short 1 yard. Oh, now they backed it up a bit. Second down and a regular yard to go. This gives the counter. It's Gallagher, and he's through and gets tackled inside the 5-yard line by number 12? No, number 17, Joey Yukanavich. Or Jack Haggerty. I think that was number 11, Jack Haggerty. Sorry. Jags right up on the ball. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Usenkel gets the call from the sideline.
Give goes right to Saunders, wide open, walks into the end zone for another Garnet Valley touchdown, putting the Jags up 19-7 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the first half. And
hey, look, Pat, the offense is staying on the
the
field.
offense is staying on the field. One upright conversion kick, but this is not an indictment of the extra point team. This is more a chance to get back to the 7-point math here to make up for the extra point. This gives pitched out to Saunders, looking for room on the outside, and he's tackled. Good play
Really nice play out
in
there
the
on the
open
edge.
field. Can't see his number.
26.
Number 26 is Paul DeFrucio.
It was a really nice play. Ryan Saunders is a quick athletic back for the Jags. DeFrucio came up and made a really nice play out in space out there.
So the failed conversion makes it 19-7. That touchdown also brought to you by Joseph Anthony, Retreat Spa and Salon, Concordville, Springfield, and Center City, Philadelphia. Had some audio difficulties down south in Florida. I want to do re-shout out to my dad who's watching in Spring Hill with my brother Dave, and getting a chance to see his first live streamed game. They finally taught the smart TV how to
Be smart.
how to get us on TV here. So, welcome, Dad.
Taught the smart TV how to outsmart its owners.
And this one again fielded by Box at the inside the 1. He's coming up, and he's up across the 25 Bounces outside, trying to get across the 30, but he doesn't. He's corralled by Garnet Valley around the 27-yard line.
Yeah,
So-
I wonder if there's a little bit of wind. I'm looking at the flag. It doesn't look like it. He was 8 yards deep going left to right, and the two that he's kicked right to left towards the snack bar end of the field, Pat, he's come about a yard,
Yeah.
about a yard short of the goal line. Wanted to remind everybody tonight's game sponsor, KMC Property Maintenance, no ordinary landscape provider, owned and operated by Garnet Valley graduates. Kevin Conrad, it's a community-first company.
Bertolini gives the box right up the middle, and he's fighting for yards. Fights hard to pick up about 4, maybe 5 on first down, depending on the spot here. Yep, we'll call it 5, 2nd and 5. Clock running with 3:44 left to go in the half.
Yeah, if you're Marples, as much as other than that one long drive, it's really been dominated by Garnet Valley offensively. If you're Marple and you can get a score on this drive here late in the half, you make it a 19-13 or 19-14 game.
This is the option, and Bertolini keeps it. It's good for about 2, maybe 3. Let's call it 2 yards. Third and 3. And the clock runs past 3 minutes and 6 seconds left. Taking their time getting the play in here. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Handoff goes to Box, and he's hunting for the first down yardage, and I think he got it.
Yep.
He's up, still looks like he's inside the 40, but it looks like it's enough for the first down. And Marple will move the chains. Three receivers to the bottom of your screen here. And Bertolini gives again to Box. He's hit the backfield, but still fights his way and picks up 1 on that play. He almost was tackled for a loss of about 3. And he's just got some fantastic balance out there, and he's
Box
not
is
getting
hurt.
up. Yeah, he's a little shaken up.
Just a quick reminder for those watching at home on the stream, stay tuned at halftime. We're going to have some sights and sounds of the Garnet Valley High School Marching Band. We're going to have a couple of live interviews with John Leary, former coach John Leary, coached for multiple decades in Delaware County as a high school football coach, now in charge of the Delaware County Athletic Hall of Fame. This is the Delaware County Athletic Hall of Fame Kickoff Classic tonight. Normally the opening week of the season, but John was explaining to us with the season starting in what seems like middle of summer in mid-August. They wait until after Labor Day. So this is the Delaware County Athletes Hall of Fame Kickoff Classic between Marple and Garnet Valley. And John's going to talk a little bit at halftime about that organization and the scholarship money that it raises and how it supports high school athletes in Delaware County. So stay tuned as well. We'll interview live the game sponsor, Kevin Conrad from KMC Maintenance.
Coach Leary's still in great shape. He was up here before the game. Looking forward to what he has to say. I know they're having a scholarship program, right? As part of the
Right, so
the
part of
kickoff
what he'll
weekend?
talk about at halftime, yeah. So at the end of the game, there are several people from the DCA Hall of Fame committee that are here. Box is up on his own and
Yeah,
walking off.
That's good to see Charlie Box get up and walk off under his own power here.
But Coach John Leary said that at the end of the contest, there will be a game MVP selected, one from each of the 2 participating teams, so one from Marple and one from the Jaguars. And each of those players will get a scholarship check presented to them for use in their future high school, post-high school collegiate endeavors. And those will be announced at the end of the broadcast.
Fantastic. All right, so back to the game here. 2nd and 8, 1:55 left to go in the half. Box on the sideline. Bertolini looking to throw, but there's a flag and a quick whistle here indicating a false start of some sort. Or
Yeah, false start on Marple Newtown, and
Yep.
they've already only down to the 1 timeout because the 2 they called on that first drive, that 20-play drive. Now, we talked about Coach Kicking. I'm sure he was thrilled with using both those timeouts after the result of the drive because it got him the lone touchdown that they have so far. But now it puts them in a situation where they've only got the 1 timeout. Instead of 2nd and 8, it's now 2nd and 13. And they've only got 1 minute and 41 with a running clock to work with. So, and Box on the sideline.
Yep. See if I can get the number of who's in the backfield.
34.
So Bertolini rolling out, and he's going to run with it. He's up across the 35, almost to the 40, to the original, across the original line of scrimmage. But it will be, it's 4th down now, right?
No, because the
Okay.
offsides penalty
Right,
replayed
right.
2nd down,
So
3rd down.
3rd and 9, and Garnet Valley calls its first timeout.
Well, the Jaguars, with Marple being in 3rd and long, have an opportunity if they can keep it 4th and long, make Coach Chris Kicking and the Marple Newtown Tigers have a decision to make on whether to punt or not. After that last punt, we saw Bertolini having to punt, and it was a 17 or 18-yard punt. Their normal punter Cantwell out of the game, but he was in at defensive end on that last drive. You wonder if it's an ankle or a foot that's keeping him from being able to punt.
Yeah, I saw he came back in at tight end as well, so he's back in there, but maybe not for kicking purposes. So the Jags use a well-placed timeout here, and yeah, they're absolutely interested in getting this ball back and trying to put more points on the board if they can, with 2 timeouts is still in their pocket, and knowing that Marple will get the ball to start the second half.
Well, and in 3rd and long, Marple's likely in a throwing situation anyway, so if it's an incomplete pass, the clock will stop without having to waste another timeout.
Empty backfield, except for Bertolini. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top. And he's looking to pass, and he does. Completes it to the outside, and missed tackle there, and looks like they got up close to the first down, and could be enough for the first down here. See
Might
where
have
they
marked
spot
him
it.
just short. Maybe they gave him the first.
No, he's giving it to him.
Measurement, sir?
The side judge.
Measurement?
The side judge over here was standing on the, made it look like it was short, but the referee moving the chains.
And the clock stops. So
Right.
he made a nice play, made the catch, broke the tackle, got the first down, and got out of bounds.
Bertolini back to pass. He's got time, and another completion down the sideline, and out of bounds again over there.
And the clock stops.
That's number
3 or number
15,
5?
Brian Bogan, number 15.
Number 5? It's hard to see.
I think it was-
Marple's numbers aren't.
if it was
Front numbers aren't big, Pat.
If it was number 5, it was Johnny Small. If it was number 15, it was Brian Bogan. Give them both credit.
There you go. 5's been split out there on that side, wide. So, now Bogan goes over there as well.
Oh.
False start again.
Oh, he called the receiver at the end of the formation, number 4 McKee, for a false start, which
Producer and statistician Ben Hoyt extraordinaire behind us here, Pat, confirmed that it was number 15 Bogan on that last catch.
thank you.
Ben, thanks for having better eyes than Pat and I.
Yeah,
Well, he's got youth on his Pat.
he does. Number 1, Cooper Conroy to the bottom of your screen here. And Bogan dropping back to pass. He's got time. Oh, he let it go. He had an open McKee. The Garnet Valley defender kind of bit on the move and went deep, and he cut off the play. That's Drew Van Horn in the coverage, and Bertolini just threw it a little bit high. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 15 with 54 seconds left to go in the half.
And all you shout-out recipients that have let us know all week that you're watching from your various locations, stay tuned. We're going to get to you right at the start of halftime. Don't go anywhere. Must-see TV.
As long as it takes to get the band on the field. Bertolini back to pass. This time he's pressured, and he gets flushed out by Nolan Brennan. And then the cavalry there to clean it up. Looks like Kieran Gallagher.
You'll see head coach Chris Gicking over there. No less than 7 yards on the field. Speaking with his quarterback and receiver.
He is one of the more active coaches on the sidelines.
Number 1 continues to line up across the ball, and it's yet to be called.
A blitz on that play. Again, forced Bertolini to tuck it and run with it. And that was, who's applying the pressure there?
See the replay here.
Boom.
Halloran.
Is that Joe Halloran?
Yeah.
Came flying up. Missed him, but the consequence there was that the sophomore Bertolini was just rushed enough that he tucked it and ran with it, and now it's 4th and 11. And we're down to 6.8 seconds left, so
Most likely be the final play of the half.
this is, Garnet Valley doing what they can to try to force Marple to give them a shot to return something. Or if I'm Marple, I might just run the ball through the end zone. Just run till the time runs out and take a knee.
Use this downtime to make a quick thank you to the managerial staff of the Jaguars. I see them down there on the sideline, making sure the water's filled and the players are taken care of. It is a difficult job, a time-consuming job, and the crew of Alec Eskin, Taylor Kratzel, Ryan Liddy, Nick Baker, and ball boy Link Dunlap do a really nice job of keeping things going on that Jaguar sideline.
Oh, here comes the trick play. Trying to get a reverse into the hands of McKee and maybe a halfback pass. But the Jags had a lot of pressure on there and tackle McKee right away. There's still 1.7 seconds left on the clock. So the Jags are going to have one offensive play here. I think they
Dial up your 53-yard,
Yeah,
1.7 second play, Pat.
Yeah, just one snap of the ball. So you're either looking at some sort of a trickery here, or I don't know. Can Max reach the end zone from here? Jags call their. Is it the final timeout? Or they?
That was their final timeout. They were late. Barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the half.
Yes.
So for those watching, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. So
And it looks like the Jags are just going to take a knee here and get into the locker room. They're lining up in victory formation.
Marple has 8 defenders downfield.
Yeah.
Garnet Valley called a timeout and still not sure they have 11 people on the field. There we go. Drew Jackless comes in from the sideline. And they are, in fact, in the victory formation.
So the half ends. Garnet Valley leading 19-7 by a very inspired play by the Marple Newtown Tigers in the first half, coming away with a very long scoring drive. Jags, of course, answering and getting to the end zone and up by 12 points right now.
Get to some shout outs, Pat, here before the band gets going. We see them coming out to get set up. As we do, or have anyway, every week, we've got a whole crew of former Jaguar football players from the past 4 or 5 years up at Penn State watching in various locations. We've got class of 17 graduate David Wood. From the class of 18, Ryan Granahan, Josh Lindsay, Kevin Dougherty. Class of 19, Kyle McCullough, Alex Olson, Dom Labriciosa. Class of 20, Ryan Gallagher, Greg Reynolds, Jake Sislow, Jake Morin. And from this year's last class of 21, Cullen Mink, Alex Nicolaitis, Brendan Henry, Patrick O'Donohue, Pod, Kevin McGarry, whose parents, Kevin and Lisa, are also up in State College watching this weekend, Ryan Monticello, David Torrens, and of course the honorary Jag buddies of all those guys, Cody DiMatteo from Franklin, Massachusetts. Got Nick Westwood and Luke Raymond watching down at the University of Tampa. Jason Rose out at the Air Force Academy. Jake Colelli, Jack Markison, and George Wiesendanger down at Temple. Christian Kozlet and Ryan Dougherty up at Westchester. Matt Dowdert watching from the Aston Pizza Company. Sam Morin at Towson. Evan Fenster and Bryce Stansfield down at University of Pennsylvania. Both play football on the sprint football team down there at Penn. Jacob Buttermore up at Syracuse. Reese Malik playing baseball at Montclair State over in New Jersey. Nick Long at St. Joe's. Sean Williams at West Virginia. Former managers Jake Matson and Vinnie Long watching. They set the tone early on and showed Alec the ways of the world of running that managerial staff, and they've all done spectacular jobs at that. So we're going to let you tune in for a few minutes here and watch and listen to the sounds of the Garnet Valley High School Marching Band.
Intertwining musical themes. It's a real barn burner. Now please join me in a rousing yee-haw as the Garnet Valley Band brings you on a trip to the old American Wild West. Drum majors, y'all ready? What's your man?
Delaware County Hall of Fame thing, and then I'll. All right, high school football fans, welcome back. Again, it's 19-7 here at halftime. We're about midway through halftime here at Moda Frank Stadium. We are thrilled and pleased to be joined in the box by Coach John Leary. John, again, representing the Delaware County Athletes Hall of Fame. Again, this game tonight between Marple and Garnet Valley is the Delaware County Athletes Hall of Fame Kickoff Classic. And John wanted to join us a little bit to talk about the organization itself and the scholarship money that it provides for the, not only the MVP selected of this game, but for athletes throughout the county. So, John, welcome. I'm glad you could join us tonight. And by all means, tell us all about the organization.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate this opportunity. We started this game in 2015, and the purpose of the game is to showcase the top football teams in Delaware County, and also to give them exposure. And then what we do at the end of the game, we select a most valuable player for each team, and then we award a $250 scholarship to each school in that player's name to the general scholarship fund.
That's fantastic. So the organization itself, how do they raise money? Are there fundraisers throughout the year?
We have fundraisers. We have corporate sponsors. Our dues membership are $20 a year. It's a good deal. So, but most of our money is given by corporate sponsors.
Oh, that's fantastic. And the athletes obviously are the recipients of that scholarship money. And college isn't cheap, and no matter where they end up going. And so I'm sure every athlete that receives that is thrilled and honored to be selected as one of the MVPs. And will there be a presentation? I know you go down on the field with the coaches and the athletes after the game. Do you actually present them with the checks?
Yes.
Okay.
When we go down afterwards, I wait for the coaches to talk to their teams. I've talked to both coaches before the game, and they want us to come over and present the awards afterwards. So it'll be nice. It's nice.
Great. Well, we really appreciate the support. We're happy to be a part of it, and happy that we were selected as one of the participants in tonight's game here at the Mo. And really appreciate the support, and looking forward to a good second half of football. And thank you for all your years of coaching and your service on the committee.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
You've heard me mention fans throughout the game. Tonight's game sponsor, KMC Property Management. KMC stands for Kevin M. Conrad. Kevin is a good friend. I coached Kevin when he played here early on in my coaching career. He played on Garnet Valley. Did you graduate in 06, Kev?
07.
07. I'm aging you, buddy. Sorry about that. Kevin was a standout linebacker for the football team. Believe it or not, also punted. Like I said, standout linebacker. Also a spectacular baseball player. Continued his playing baseball career after Garnet Valley, but now resides in the community. His dad and mom, Steve and Donna, are big supporters of the program. They've volunteered countless hundreds of hours probably to the program, and Kevin does as well. Kevin works in the sideline. He coaches freshman football for head coach Eric Van Wyk. Also a teammate of his back when he played here at Garnet Valley, and Kevin helps out wherever he can. He volunteers. I know his KMC did a lot of the landscaping in and around Moda Frank Stadium, and you see the oneness and the giant GV logo. That was all KMC, and it really makes the stadium look nice. And Kevin, we just want to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about your business and how you like to serve the members of the community.
Yeah, how's it going? I appreciate you having me tonight. KMC Property Maintenance, locally owned, operated. We have a lot of actually Garnet Valley alumni that work for me as well. So we've come up here over the last 8 years, growing company. Got about 28 employees now. Really big on the commercial side of landscaping throughout, the Delaware County, northern Delaware, kind of the tri-state area. But we're landscaping, grass cutting, snow removal in the winter, leaf cleanup in the fall. We do it all.
That's fantastic. As you know, we're neighbors, so I see the KMC trucks throughout the community,
Yep.
in and out of the neighborhood as I drive around. Every yard that you guys service looks spectacular.
Appreciate it.
I know you were involved recently at KMC in, I don't know what you want to call it with the township, a tree replenishment project. I don't know if you put trees in, medians throughout the community, as well as up at the Concord Township building itself, if you want to talk about that briefly.
Yeah, so we do a lot of work for Concord Township. We cut all their municipality open land, so it's about 55, 60 acres, so a decent amount. But yeah, we just did a nice project about a year ago throughout the township, medians, the township building, the new dog park located on Smithbridge Road. A lot of landscape install, so it turned out beautiful. Turned out very nice.
That's great. So I'm going to change from the KMC mode to freshman football coach mode. I know the freshman squad was supposed to have a scrimmage this week, and at last minute your opponent couldn't get some transportation here, so you scrimmaged inside. Does the season get started this upcoming week?
Yeah, upcoming week. We this upcoming Wednesday will be versus Marple, same as tonight. So looking forward to another great year. Got to give a shout out, Coach Van Wyck, Mac, Larry Johnson. So giving a shout out to those guys down at the freshman level. We've been together now 9 years together, so it's been a pretty fun ride so far.
You can't forget Rock.
and Rock O'Leary. Sorry, Rock.
Well, thanks for joining us, Kev. Thanks for sponsoring. We really appreciate it. We couldn't do these broadcasts without the support from our sponsors. So once again, anybody with landscaping needs, contact KMC.
484-868-5666. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kev. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
We got a few minutes here left of halftime, so it's going to give me an opportunity to get to some more shout-outs of former players and families and friends throughout not only Pennsylvania, but the Delaware Valley, as well as all over the country. Pat's getting sat back down. He's got a list of some shout-outs too, but I want to continue my list. Adam Oldrati and Cade Brennan at Widener. The DiGiacomo family, Julian, Jude, and Jerry, including their buddy Brandon Dowd, former kicker and linebacker, and then went on to play at Ursinus. Julian played at Moravian. Jude had his collegiate career up at Susquehanna. We've got some family members of our current players, current Jaguars throughout the country. We've got Graham and Pop Colston in Glen Mills, Nana Ann Morgan in Lansdale, and Gary Busenkell, Max Busenkell's grandfather, all the way out in Tempe, Arizona, checking in. I'm sure it's still sunny and warm out there. Sean Gallagher's cousins, Addie, Emmy, and Tenley up in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, as well as all Gallagher and Bourne family members watching. Got Maureen Simkis in Aston, and Patty B. and Ann Ida in North Wildwood watching Nolan Brennan, the country's best big boy holder. Pat mentioned earlier Joe Halloran. Joe's grandson, Joey Halloran, number 14, linebacker and tight end for the Jaguars, tuning in. I'd like to give some shout out to some friends and family of the Jaguar program. We mentioned Don and Kathy, former Voice of the Valley, Don Mink down in Seattle. We've also got Pat and Karen Braun and family in Concord Woods. We've got Kirk Troutman and Morty Hoey watching from the driveway with the bonfire going, I'm sure. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Dana Farrell, Carrie Mink, Devin Smith, Robin Michelle Hayes, and Kevin O'Donohue, all up celebrating Dana's 50th birthday. Dana Farrell, owner of Avenue Kitchen in Glen Eagle Square. Just at a party event concert up in Asbury Park, New Jersey, so they're obviously not here in person. They're tuning in, watching the stream. So congratulations, Dana, on your 50th celebration up there.
I thought she was only 30.
30 plus 19 plus 1, Pat. It's that creative math we were talking about. Well, the Marple Newtown Tigers are coming back out to the visitor sideline to boos from the Garnet Valley Jag Nation fans. Another good turnout tonight. It looks like it's a blackout, as literally everyone in the student section is wearing black. Jag Nation travels well, home and away, football, lacrosse, you name it. They support their Jags. Do a really nice job of coming out and supporting all their athletic teams. I'm sure the players, after the last year and a half or so of empty arenas and empty stadiums and no contests at all, are thrilled to have their peers cheering them on just as much as the Jag Nation kids are happy to be cheering on their teammates that are out on the field.
Yeah, jump in, join the party here, and say hi to Steve and Andy Ramito, Dr. Tony Costello, former superintendent, usually tuning in. One thing Don Mink always used to do and is to give a shout out to all the coaches' wives and families that are taking care of things that frees these guys up to do what they do with this football program and in this very long season. So say hi to all the significant others out there that are tuning in if they're not here at the game. Jerry Montella, of course, one of our founding fathers of the broadcast, and spotter and treasurer and everything else, enjoying from home. Earl Haggerty, say hi, and I'm just going to throw it out there to Grampy Morin up in Maine. I know his grandsons aren't on the team anymore, but maybe he's just become such a diehard fan of the Jaguars that he's tuning in anyway up in Maine. And say a hello to who's now stateside and retired from the Marine Corps, Major General Thomas Wheels Widely, class of '83, spending his time down in the Tampa area, checking in, usually watching the game. Janet and Adam Foltz, Scott and Cheryl Green. Let's say hi to the folks who live stream us every week from Ashley's Restaurant, formerly the Hilltop Pub, a historic landmark in Garnet Valley in Lower. Used to be owned by the McClaskey family and now being operated by the Bill and Tracy Moskowitz, and doing a great job up there. Great food, great service. And Damien and Mackenzie, and Jenna and Alana.
Former Jaguar safety Alex Diggory.
Jack
Diggory, I'm sorry.
Jack Diggory.
Alex was his older brother. Alex was a lineman.
Joe O'Leary. Again, Damien. Guys behind the bar, the managers, Kevin and Jason. Just having a great operation. And so say hi if they're watching. The folks at the Concordville Inn. They just reopened after having to close down due to some staffing issues, and hopefully getting some folks back and getting back to some regular hours, and always big supporters of the program. So yeah, that ought to do it. Now we've got another half of football to play.
Yeah, I'd like to thank, often goes overlooked, the Booster Club. The Garnet Valley Fifth Quarter Club is the Booster Club. Started back in the early 80s, Pat. They were there when you played and when I was a kid watching from standing up here on the hill. The Fifth Quarter Club's been around forever in the history of the program since the early 80s, and they do a really nice job of recruiting parent volunteers to assist in so many different ways, between the fundraising to the team dinners to the meals during sleepover camp. They have meetings weekly throughout the season to talk about fundraising and to talk about the upcoming events, whether it's senior night or parents' night, mom's night, dad's night. Tonight, in fact, was Father's Night. So all the fathers of Jaguars players had an opportunity to come in. They got their son's white jersey to match the number of the maroon jersey that they're wearing now, and it gave him the opportunity to, you know, meet with Coach Ricky before and watch some film and have an opportunity to ask some questions about how we do things. So all of those things are attributable to the support of the Garnet Valley Fifth Quarter Club. So to former, current, and future Fifth Quarter Club parent members, we really appreciate all the support and help. We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, all of our parents were very instrumental back in those early days with fundraising and leadership there. So it's as the entire school and the program, it's built on a great foundation, but has come a very long way over those many years. So yeah, thanks to everybody. It couldn't happen without you.
Jags are going to be kicking off here. Marple Newtown actually won the coin toss at the start of the game, but deferred. So Garnet Valley received the opening kickoff. Marple, as a result, will receive this second half kickoff. Start with the ball on offense. I see number 4 back deep. I can't see. Oh no, Box is out there, so he is back in the game, which is good to see for him and for Marple.
Libertor to get us started, and he kicks this one's a little low screamer, but it's fielded
Also
by
inside
Box
the 1.
right at the 1, and he's looking for room. Bounces out across the 20, across the 30, and he's dragged down around the 34-yard line for a 33.5-yard kick return. And that ball, yeah, just fielded right at the goal line.
Libertor's last 3 kickoffs, 2 going right to left and that one left to right, have gone 59.5 yards, each of them. So inside the 1, and Box just did a really nice job to get upfield on that and set them up with a little bit of a shorter field than they would with the ball that deep on the kickoff.
So Bertolini brings him out, the 32-yard line. The give goes to Box, and he's looking for room on the outside, and nice play out there. Looks like Will Rez, maybe.
Hey, Garnet Valley, see, we talked a lot the last few weeks about Garnet Valley's team speed. You watch their lateral team speed getting from the hash to the sideline, and there was just nowhere for Box to go. Garnet Valley has 5 defenders out there between the sideline and the hash. It's tough to find space where there's no space to be found.
Yeah, so Will Rez and Dozie Akolo team up for the stop there. It's 2nd and 10. Bertolini looking to throw. Oh, and Brennan shakes his block and makes almost a sack, but it looks like he picked up about a half a yard. So we'll call it the tackle for a very modest gain.
That's a holder making plays like that, Pat.
Yeah, I know. And Brennan in the backfield, like he's one of the running backs for Bertolini here a couple times. He's been having a very good season playing that middle of that Garnet Valley defensive line. A guy with his strength and speed can give some linemen fits out there. Oh, there's a flag from the back. It looks like it's too much time.
Play a game.
Yeah, it came from that back judge who usually keeps the time.
You can see Coach Gicking from all the way on the far side. And number 4 was all the way out here. Eric McKay was all the way out here on the close sideline here, right in front of the Garnet Valley sideline. And Coach Gicking from all the way across the field was shouting instructions at him. And I just don't know that they were lined up right in the formation they wanted. And they ultimately took a delay of game for the confusion.
So 3rd and 15. Bertolini looking to throw. He's flushed out again, and he's caught this time. Almost back to the line of scrimmage. But good coverage by Garnet Valley. Nobody open, and pressure flying by the sophomore quarterback, forcing him to tuck it and try to make something of it. It'll be Be fourth and long here. Looks like fourth and about 16 after the sack by Garnet Valley.
And Bertolini in there to punt again.
Yep.
Not Cantwell, so Cantwell must have injured himself enough. Much better effort this time.
Oh, and they didn't fair catch it. Looking for a wall on the side. Oh. And Joe Tarrans blocks two guys.
Drew Van Horn, if you look at the replay, he just does, he gets tripped up just as he's trying to, he loses his footing.
Tripped over the sideline there.
So a much better punt from Bertolini that second time around. Swung the field a little bit. At least got it across midfield. The Jags will be at the 45.
Give goes right away to Jason Bernard. Picks up 4 yards, 2nd and 6 for Garnet Valley. Clock rolling at 9:17 to go in the third quarter. Colo checks out. Jackalis checks in as a tight end.
Well, if you're Marple, you're getting the ball to start the second half. You think you definitely have an opportunity to go down and make it a one-score game.
Here comes the counter, and that's Sean Gallagher who gets up across the 50 into Marple territory. And it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Jaguars.
As I was saying, Marple gets the ball, opportunity to go downfield, get the first score, make it a one-score game, and they get that delay of game penalty, puts them behind the sticks. They have to punt. Now Garnet Valley's got the ball across midfield. If you're Marple, you really need to stop here on this possession.
Yep. Colo split to the top of your screen. Pitch out. Goes to Bernard. He's looking for room. He's fighting. Is it a flag thrown?
It is a flag. I don't know if they're going to get, I don't know if he grabbed his jersey or his face mask, the defender, or if they're going to get a hold on Sean Gallagher blocking over here. I don't see a hold.
He threw it that way, though. It looks. Oh, face mask.
Face mask on us, on Garnet Valley.
Is right. He's just calling a holding then, but no, because he only walked off 5, so it must have been another one of those incidental face masks. 5-yard face mask call on the offense makes it 3rd and 10.
Puts the Garnet Valley in a spot they don't necessarily like to be in 3rd and long. I mean, no one does, but
Busenkill rolling out. Looking for room. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's up across the 50. There's another flag on the play. Busenkill picks up enough yardage for the first down, but
you're going to see a block in the back right here on the edge, Pat.
Yep. Referee makes no hesitation in calling
right.
this.
Yeah. On number 14, tight end Joey Halloran. Halloran just trying to make a play, give his quarterback Max an opportunity to run up inside that block, and he gets him right on the numbers, right on the back.
So now the Jags shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit.
Going the wrong way, Pat.
Yeah. So this will be 3rd and about 17. A couple other scores in District 1. Coatesville up 19-16 over William Penn. Busenkill looking to throw. He releases it. Ooh, almost intercepted. That's Schumacher on the coverage. Ball thrown into double coverage, really intended for, not sure who it was. Just saw white jerseys down there.
Well, we talked about the penalties earlier, and Garnet Valley had 2 of them in consecutive plays there, and it put them way behind the sticks, and now, 4th and 17.
Yep.
And, as a result, they have to punt. Marple held, and we'll get the ball back. If they can get any kind of return, it'll be really good field position.
So Liberatore with his first opportunity to punt. Snap is a little wild, and he has to fall on the football, and Marple is going to take over the ball at the Garnet Valley 20. Snap just a little high, and Libertor couldn't handle it.
I don't know if we're going to get to see it. Ah, no. Having technical difficulties with the replay on that one. It was a little high. Looking at it live, looked a little bit high, and it wasn't a real good spiral. It looked like it was wobbling a little bit, and Libertor just really didn't ever get a handle on it.
Then he had lost it there for a little bit. It didn't matter. It was 4th down, but the fell on it. Now Marple with a very short field, thanks to the Garnet Valley penalties and mishandled snap. And Box with the ball, looking for room on the outside.
Guess who, Pat?
Great play. Is it C.J. Wood?
Number 7, C.J. Wood.
C.J. Wood from his safety position tracks him down and catches him from behind.
Once again, you'll see C.J.
He just shows up off the screen there.
He covers a lot of ground.
McKee had a good block on number 3, Acolo, and Box had a little room on the corner, but as coach says, like a missile. C.J. Wood to the ball and makes a tackle there. So it's 2nd and call it a long 5 for Marple. And Marple jumps false start here. Going to go against Marple, take him back. It'll be 2nd and 10-ish for, call it 2nd and 11 for Marple after the false start.
I think we'll get 2 or 3 plays in a row without a penalty, Pat.
I don't know. It's gotten a little sloppy here in the early part of the 3rd quarter. Give goes to Box, looking for room. He's bouncing. Oh, and he's hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. See who's coming up. I'm wondering.
Guess who?
It's C.J. Wood, number 7.
Coming into the game, he was Garnet Valley's leading tackler with 17 tackles on the season. You see why.
Yeah. Downingtown West losing to Perkiomen Valley 21-0. North Penn up 21-0 over Pennsbury. Other District 1 action. Thank you, Ben. And Bertolini looking to throw, and he's going to tuck it and go. And he's tackled for a modest gain of about 2, maybe 3, call it 4th and 11. But this is 4-down territory here for just about anybody in the high school game, unless you have a pretty good kicker.
And if you're doing the math, there's no real difference between down 12 or 9. It's still a 2-score game, so.
Empty backfield. Bertolini in the shotgun. And he's flushed out, spinning out to his right. He throws and it's complete down to the 1 if he isn't across the...
He is across the line and the flag is down and it is coming back.
Illegal forward pass. He tucked and then saw an open guy, but it was too late. It's going to be...
It was a really nice athletic play by Bertolini. He escapes the pressure. He rolls out to his right, throws back across his body. But right there was the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
He was about a full yard past it. And the side judge right there on the sideline, able to see it.
Having a conference. So yeah, illegal forward pass on the offense. So that is it's a loss of down too, right?
It should be a loss of down. That's
So
what I think they're trying to
they
discuss.
should turn the ball over.
If it's 4th down and it's a loss of down, it will turn it over on downs to Garnet Valley. And that's exactly what's happening. And you can see Coach Gicking is not happy. He's having a discussion with the official, but That is the rule. A legal forward pass is a loss of down, and that was 4th down.
Again, he said he's one of the more animated coaches in the league, and he's just, I guess, making the case that he was not all the way across the line of scrimmage when he let go of the football, but there is no replay, there is no overturning what the referee said. They had a nice long conference about it, and they called it illegal forward pass. So ball gets turned over on downs, and Jags will take over at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. 5 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. And that's a pass. It's open down the middle.
Joey Halloran.
And it's a race. And he's going to win that race and get into the end zone for a touchdown. 65-yard completion. 75. Oh, that was a 25-yard line.
Yep.
25-yard line. 75-yard touchdown.
From Busenkill to Halloran.
Busenkill to Joey Halloran, the tight end, just went up that seam and was wide open.
I was talking about Halloran earlier, and C.J. Wood, the leading tackler for the Jags with 17. Halloran is the 2nd leading tackler from that middle linebacker spot with 11 tackles on the season. But he shows you there, he's also a pretty good athlete, pretty good tight end. Made a nice catch, and it was a foot race at that point, and he won it.
Yep. Jags going for 2 again. And that's Gallagher in motion, and he's going to get the pass. So Gallagher goes in motion across the formation, and just a timing pattern right out there, wide open. Jaguars successful for the 2-point conversion. That makes the score 27-7 with 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. That touchdown brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon, Concordville, Springfield, and Center City, Philadelphia. Thank you, Joey Gags, for the support of the program.
Halloran's a really good athlete. He is a key member of the Jaguars lacrosse team that went to the state Final Four before losing to Kennett in the Final Four out at Avon Grove High School in the spring. He is committed to go play his collegiate lacrosse down at Salisbury, one of the better Division III lacrosse programs in the entire country, a perennial Final Four. And he's shown that he can excel on both the football and lacrosse field.
There's a lot of those lacrosse folks. Must be a very complementary skill set for those 2 sports.
Sean Gallagher, the recipient of that 2-point pass from Busenkill, also a lacrosse player, headed to the Naval Academy down in Annapolis next year to continue his lacrosse career.
This time,
touchback.
A bouncing touchback. McKee thought about trying to field that, but thought better of it and bounces into the end zone. So Marple will start at their own 20.
Number 8, Zach Libertor, getting congratulations from head coach Mike Rickey, special teams coach Jeff Hill. Happy with the touchback.
4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Number 7, Matthew Cantwell, is in the football game. This is going to be a pass. Oh, and Nolan Brennan living in the Marple Newtown backfield this quarter and comes up with a big sack from behind on Bertolini. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Right in the middle of your screen there, right on the nose. Just attacks. There's the jump, trying to strip the football. Bertolini does a nice job to hang on there from getting caught from behind like that.
Might be the best dual threat holder defensive tackle in all of high school football, Pat.
An offensive tackle.
Triple threat.
Bertolini back to pass again, and he's getting snowed under that time by, looks like Drew Van Horn slid in on the side and then cleaned up by number 62, Austin Surkanich. So now some of that pressure that the Jags had starting to get home here as the game wears on. The Marple very impressive with their pass protection earlier in the game. This time there seemed to be, now we're at third and 16 here for Marple. Here comes more pressure, and they're on him again. That time, that's Surkanich again. After some early pressure, looks like Brennan was in there as well.
Bertolini back to punt again.
Yep.
Ryan Saunders and Drew Van Horn back for the Jags for the punt return.
Kick angling out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds around the 40, so roughly a 20-yard kick for Bertolini, and the Jags will take over in Marple territory with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Jags looking to add to their lead, 27-7 currently. Fake to Bernard. Busenkill rolling out. A great catch on the sideline.
Halloran again.
By Joe Halloran. Stretching out, making a great play on the sideline. Let's watch this one again. So look at the tight end position to you, closest to you. Just rolling across the screen. Nice ball, but a fantastic catch as well. Stretching out, huh, Greg?
Practice the other day, and I heard a coach say, has he dropped the ball yet? Meaning this season. At practice, he's got spectacular hands for a tight end.
He's no Nolan Brennan, but and the give
are.
Goes to Ryan Saunders, straight up the middle. Looks like he's got at least 10 yards. Oh, and there's a late flag that comes in the backfield, and that might have been that's a personal foul. It looks like. See what he's going to call. Is that a?
He threw the flag from about 30 yards away, but I don't.
They're bringing it back.
Watch the replay. Yeah, they called it on Garnet Valley. I think on number 32, Will Rez, tight end. But watching the replay, I didn't see anything that he did egregious enough to be called for unsportsmanlike
There it
conduct.
is. Oh. Well, it came, from way in the backfield. That looked a little, I don't know. If it happened in the backfield, we couldn't see it because of the action. But in any event,
The call is the call.
it's first and 12, first and 13. The ball on the Marple Newtown 30-yard line. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
We got to get
We need an official in the booth with
Buck
us. Pat.
Betcher is usually texted your father with the explanation of these things. So this goes to Saunders, and he's up across the 15 and down to about the 11, 12-yard line for another Garnet Valley first down.
He hits that hole so quick. See Saunders here on the second. Jet motion going away. The second handoff coming through. Almost gets through both those tacklers.
There goes Saunders again, and he's got some room. He's twisting and turning across the 5-yard line to about the 4. It'll be 2nd and 3. Quick shout out to Scott Sprague, one of my brother's college mates up at Wesleyan University, listening in Massachusetts, says #roll Ashleys. And this will be Busenkill on the keeper, and he finds his way into the end zone for another touchdown. A 4-yard score there, taking the score to 33-7.
Jags will again go for 2, keep the offense on the field to try and make it 35-7. Busenkill with the keeper.
Score, yeah.
Good physical finish by the quarterback.
Yep. Oh, wow. There's some.
And a good physical finish by number 32 for Marple Newtown there.
32 is Owen Mathis, coming up from the middle linebacker position with great read. No time for Busenkill to make a decision on that.
He was not fooled on that.
Yeah. So that no good. 33-7 is your score with 5:48 or 54.8?
54.8.
Yeah, 54.8 seconds left in the third quarter. And this very familiar kickoff team will come out again and put the ball in play. It's just, Greg, looks like as we've seen in years past, and with the Garnet Valley's physicality on the offensive line and the defensive line, it can just wear a team down along the way, and it just seems like where in the first part of the game they weren't getting that push. Now it seems like they've really kind of taken control of the game here in the second half.
And you look at, not all of the starters for Marple are going both ways, but enough of them are that, certainly as 3/4 of the game goes on and they're on the field for that many plays on both sides of the ball, you can imagine they would get worn down. And that Garnet Valley O-line, they just keep coming.
And here comes one. This should be returnable. It's
also to the 1.
It's number 2, Charlie Box again. He's looking for some room, and he's not going to find any. Ben Tarrins down there, number 21, along with, who's this, number 16, Jason Peterson. Down there with great coverage, this time stopping Marple at their own 15. Bertolini gives the Box, and Box fighting for yards, but the Jags slow him down, and it's no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Give a quick shout out here before the end of the third quarter to former GV Jag parent Sean Doherty. Doherty family on their way up to Happy Valley tomorrow to watch the Nittany Lions play Ball State. So he's home watching so he can get himself a good night's sleep.
Bertolini looking, he's got McKee in the flat out here. Lassick puts a hand on him and holds him up enough for Gallagher and Wood to get over there and knock him out of bounds for a modest gain. So it'll be 3rd and call it 8 a long 8. He got out of bounds, so there's 2.2 seconds left. So this will be the last snap of the quarter. There's an injury on the Marple side of the field. Looks like a cramp. Just needs to get stretched out a little, but both teams will utilize this as a chance to talk to their squads.
An opportunity just to thank Kevin Conrad. For those of you who tuned in at halftime, you heard us interview Kevin about his business, KMC Property Management. Kevin, a former Jaguar, played both football and baseball here. KMC, as you heard him say, does a lot of commercial, mostly commercial landscaping, but they do some residential stuff here in the Garnet Valley community. So thanks again, Kevin. Thanks again, KMC, for the support of the program. It was good talking with you at halftime. Good luck to those freshman Jags this week in their season opener against Marple. KMC Property Maintenance, planning happiness, one tree at a time.
Very nice. See number 77, Jacob Kratzel, in the game. Now he's one of those, again, Jags pretty deep across that defensive line, but he can come in and play that, call them defensive tackles or ends on the outside there with the 3 down linemen and the 4 linebackers. The outside linebackers look a lot like defensive ends most of the time. Bertolini rolling out, and Joe Halloran chasing him down, and boy, Halloran slowed him up. And then Kratzel and Nolan Brennan over there to finish the job.
And just looking at the Jaguar sideline down here, Pat, you see some young running backs and quarterbacks and centers getting some snaps and some reps on the sideline. So you wonder if the Jaguars going in here to the fourth quarter are going to get some of the starters out on offense.
And another player down.
Couldn't see a number, so I'm not sure who it is that's down.
I mean, Bertolini went down under a pile of guys, but couldn't tell you if it's him. It does look like they're stretching him out, though. It's cramp issues early in the season although it's a nice cool night tonight, shouldn't be too much of an issue with that. Humidity's down. So the Jags really in that third quarter just kind of took control of this game. Had some systematic drives. All right, so we're going to take it to the third quarter, and we're going to, as we like to do when the situation warrants, we're going to ask Ben Hoyt to join us here for the call on the fourth quarter. I'm going to go put my old color commentary hat on, and Greg's going to jump away for a little while.
I'm going to watch and cheer the Jags on here in the fourth quarter. Pat, appreciate it. All the viewers out there, we appreciate your support, and you're tuning in to watch the Jaguars. Hopefully the fourth quarter plays out the way the first 3 have so far. You can hear the band and the cheerleaders.
And we're getting a
No
chance
one
to
has
watch
left.
This is the Garnet Valley dance team, which I think Ben Hoyt's sister is a member of.
Correct. This is the one of the first times the dance team's here at Moda Frank Stadium performing at one of the football games, so this is a special occasion.
Oh. And while that was going on, the fourth quarter started, and the Marple center snapped the ball over the punter's head, so there's a safety on the play.
I didn't even see that.
I know, it just went off, and so that makes it 35-7.
And here's the
2 weeks with a safety.
And here's the interesting thing about that: the Jags will get the ball back if they score. That's running clock, if I'm correct.
You're correct.
So that game will be over quicker.
Although
in this fourth quarter.
although extra points have been an adventure.
No, of course. And I think that's one of the things the Jags have to improve on in the coming weeks is, you know, the holds, the kicks, and if that doesn't work, just getting the 2-point conversions to work. But now it's 35-7, 11:57 left to go.
Yeah,
So-
so the Marple's going to have to. They did a free kick from their own 20. See if they decide to punt or kick it away.
And so this will be a free kick for Marple. Again, 35-7 ball game here on the GV Athletics YouTube channel on SFBN. There's 2 weeks in a row, like Mr. Patterson said, with the safety. So we will be underway. Let's see how far they kick it, too. Maybe they'll kick it short.
Got Jack Westberg deep here. Oh, this is a
Short kick.
fair caught.
It's a fair catch around the 41. And the Jags will start from there.
That's Ben Tarrans, who made the fair catch. Jags now looks like they're putting some other folks in there, but
I think that will be Buzenkell's night. You had 1 touchdown pass to Joey Halloran on the night.
he's in.
Oh, he's in. Oh, yeah, there he is, number 9. So he is back in. So I think the goal here is to get the running clock. 1st and 10 for Buzenkell and the Jags on the 42.
Matthew Weisendanger in at left tackle for Brennan, giving him a break, I guess.
Handoff to the first man. Gain of around 3. And that'll be 2nd around 7.
Oh, and there's a Jaguar down on that play.
So while that's being attended to, I'll read some of the other District 1 scores that I found. Downingtown West, the Week 1 opponent, they did win last week. I did get that score wrong. They won 13-7 over the Haverford School, but they are losing this week 21-0. I last checked over Perkiomen Valley. And the number 1 seed at the moment, North Penn, is winning 21-0 over Pennsbury.
Not sure who this is that's down for Garnet Valley, but the medical staff out there along with Coach Ricky.
Hopefully they're okay.
Yeah. So what'd you think when you get home? You're going to tell your sister she did a good job in between quarters?
Of course. She did do a good job. So we have number 78 who's walking off.
So that's Matthew Weisendanger, who came in for Nolan Brennan. He's walking off under his own power. That's a good sign.
Taking a look at next week, Garnet Valley will be playing Upper Darby at home. And then the interesting game the week after, playing Strathaven on the road. Yeah. Strathaven, of course, beating Marple Newtown 41-13. Strathaven looking pretty good. 2nd and 7 on the 45. The handoff. There's a man through. Will he go down? Got tripped up. 11:22 left to go. That's a 1st down, Garnet Valley. Big gain there for the Jaguars.
That was Joe Cecchio.
Cecchio with a massive run to the 28, 1st and 10, 11:21 left to go. The clock is not a running clock yet. They have to score, and I believe the extra point.
Yep, they need to get it 42-7 if they're going to get the running clock. So looks like Mazzaros is in now, and you have wholesale changes on the offense. So Ben, I trust you.
Matthew Aubrey wide. Up the middle. On the left side, that's number 15, Jack Westberg.
Yep.
Solid gain there. 2nd down at the 21-yard line. Be 2nd and 3.
Good job up front by that second group of linemen in there. Try to get you some numbers and names. Number 76 in Max D'Antonio. Number 56, Pat Douglas.
Second and 4 at the 22. 10-15 left to go. Handoff, first man through. That's Checchio. It's very close. Be third down. Bet about 1 or 2. Gonna be at the 19-yard line of Marple Newtown. They'll have a switch in personnel. Sean Parikh is coming into the game.
Sean Parikh, another tight end. So Matt Mazzaros, the quarterback, junior.
No one out wide, 2 men in the backfield. First man through, Checchio fumbles, the ball is loose. And that is Marple ball, they got on top of it. So with 9:26 left to go, Marple will take over after the fumble. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, Checchio gets the ball going up the middle, had some good blocking, and then just lost the handle as he got hit out there in the open, and Marple takes over the football.
So with 9:26 left to go, Bertolini and company will take over at their own 5. I mean, there have been 3 guys he's been targeting all day. Charlie Box, Michael Schumacher, and Eric McKee, and I would expect a bunch of plays going to these guys in the coming drive.
It looks like they're coming out with their second quarterback as well. It's Brian Bogan.
It is Brian Bogan. He had 1 target today as a wide receiver. Hands off and stuffed right at the line. He went nowhere. So it's either a loss or no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 around the 5. Got 9 minutes and counting.
And there it was. Looks like the give goes right to the first back there. I'm not sure if that's still Charlie Box, but he.
And I mean, taking a look at the replay, the struggle in the first half was with penetration, and we've gotten plenty of penetration with the defensive line in the second half.
Yep.
2nd and 10.
That's number 22.
It's a handoff to Brian Box.
Yeah. He's a freshman. Brian Box, 5'8", 145.
It'll be a gain of 1, 3rd and 9 on the 6-yard line. I mean, if you don't get this here, you're on your own 6. Would you consider punting here even though you don't have a starting punter?
Well, yeah. I'm not sure. I think they're both teams have put in their secondary personnel, so I'm thinking they'll make whoever can kick. I mean, Bertolini hasn't done a terrible job with that, but
4 men out wide, and whistles blow, and that's going to be a timeout. So 7:59 to go, and I think that is a Marple timeout?
Yes.
Coach Gicking will call one of his. Again, 35-7 live from Moda Frank Stadium on the GV Athletics YouTube channel with SFBN. Shout out to them. They have done an awesome job with the producing, equipment. I mean, with the past years of us doing it, they've been lifesavers, to say the least.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Thanks to our producers, Joe Magro and Luciano Duffy, and today's camera team. Of course, our own tour, Goody Marcuson, and with the SFBN crew today, Josh Abrams. Thank you guys for another fantastic job, and thanks, Ben, for the stats and filling in the fourth quarter again.
Always happy to do it. 7:59 left to go. 3rd and 9 at the 6. Trips wide. 3 out for Marple. 1 in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. And he's going to break loose.
For the first down.
He's going to get it.
Number 34, Angelo Luster, who's a starting middle linebacker.
So 1st and 10 at the 18, 7:44 left to go, 35-7. And Bogan will go to the same formation as last play. They hand it off again to Luster, and this time it'll go for less.
Yeah, it looked like just maybe a yard there, a short yard. Garnet Valley defense on that right side of the Garnet Valley defense bottled that up nicely.
2nd down and 9, 7 minutes and counting. Marple makes some substitutions. Now we're down to 2 wide for Marple. 6:45 to go on the 19-yard line. Looking for a pass. Pressure comes.
Oh.
He's hit. And a deflection from the Jags. That's number 18, Jack Hampson.
Okay, and then almost intercepted by, is it Jack Westberg in there? Can't see the number. But
Yeah, it was number
looks like
18 I saw.
oh, that had the hand on the ball. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so you're right. That's number 18, Eddie Dowdert.
Oh, Eddie Dowdert. Oh, I was looking at the Marple roster. Whoops. 6:34 left to go. 3rd and 9 from the 19. 2 men to the left, 1 to the right. Hands it off to Luster, and he is driven down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see what Marple does here, and I think they're going to punt.
Moving some personnel in and out here. Is it? Yep, they're dropping back to punt formation. It's like Garnet Valley just leaving that defense out there. They didn't change anybody. Just
On the return for Garnet Valley will be Jack Westberg. Kicks away. It is not a bad kick, and they'll fair catch it around the 42. So 5:48 left to go. I mean, this has been a fantastic game so far all around. I mean, it is really packed at the Mo today. I haven't seen this in a while, since before the pandemic. I mean, Jag Nation really showed out tonight. Tonight is blackout night, so the Jag Nation all wearing black tonight, and students on the hill along with families. It has been a great atmosphere all night for this Delaware County Athletes Hall of Fame kickoff. 1st and 10 at the 42, 5:48 left to go. They hand it off to Westberg. Westberg finds the seam. Westberg is going, jukes one defender, and is finally stopped after a long 1st down. 5:37 left to go.
Westberg getting creative there at the end. Watch this, just a straight handoff, and looks like he could just sprint to the outside, but he cuts it back underneath. And hunting and pecking for as much yardage as he can find out there. And good enough for a 1st down, though.
1st down on the 24 of Marple Newtown. I mean, one thing that I've noticed tonight is the front guys blocking have been absolutely fantastic. Big plays all around for the Jags tonight as they hand it off to the 1st man. That'll be number 24.
John Daddario? Or, oh, no, that's Marple. 24 is Ronnie Lalaris.
Ronnie Lalaris. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 at the 20. Of course, with this result holding up, the Jags would move to 3-0 against Upper Darby next week here at the Mo. Hands it off to the 1st man. 4:20 to go. Very close to the first down, maybe a little short, but no, they have it. So 1st and 10 at the 20 as the Jags keep trucking along on this drive.
That was Joe Cecchio on the carry there. Jaguars so deep at the running back position, and now it looks, you can even see with that fresh offensive line in there, they're moving guys out.
Option setup, 2 men in the backfield, no one wide. Back to Cecchio. And that'll be close to, if not a first down.
Yeah, looks like he got it.
So 1st and goal for the Jaguars with 3:45 left to go. And they will be on their 2-yard line. I would expect a run here from either Cecchio or Westberg.
Yeah, get a very, very tight formation here.
Try to pound it in here. And they will with Cecchio, touchdown Garnet Valley, and that will initiate the running clock if the extra point is good.
If the extra point is good.
So.
And it looks like they're sending Zach Libertor out to try it.
Libertar has his name called for an extra point.
But it's not Brennan holding now. It's going to be Mazzaros, the quarterback right now.
He was holding for both Conestoga and Downingtown West Mazzaros.
Yep. He gets this one down.
Perfect. Right down the middle.
Yep. So that'll start the running clock for what it's worth for 3 minutes. But the Jags, that was a good drive. I mean, you got to, anytime you can get your backups in to get some experience, get some of those younger guys in, and some of those other seniors that you might call on for depth as the season progresses. It's a good thing. So,
I mean, one problem Garnet Valley doesn't have is depth. This is a big team with a lot of talented players. From sophomores to senior on the varsity team, and then freshmen who will work their way up.
Yeah, and we'll see what the box score looks like, and when we pick up the paper and everything, and we may be a little spoiled, but it looked like they got out to a bit of a slow start there in the first half, and a lot of credit to Marple. They came out and they were ready to go. Had that systematic 21-20 play, 80-yard drive that consumed so much of the first quarter, and then slowly but surely the Jaguars kind of righted the ship, and again in the second half just kind of took control. And
by my count, that drive went over 10 minutes for Marple, so it was a solid drive. They hung in there for a little while. I mean, you have to give credit to where credit is due. They had a great, fantastic drive. Libertor to kick it off is a booming kick. Will be around the 3. They'll catch it, bring it out. They'll find a seam up the middle, and he is off to the races. One defender left to go.
With a chance. Oh, and the ball.
The ball is loose, but is picked up by Marple. That is picked up by Alex Chambers, and Marple will retain the ball. Great kickoff return.
Who was the guy that was running? We got to get his name.
That is number 13, PJ Esposito.
PJ Esposito with a great run down the side, and then just at the very end coughed it up. Very lucky that Alex Chambers was there to scoop that ball up.
All right, 2:40 left to go. Marple on the 18-yard line. They have to hurry up if they want to score, because that clock is not going to stop. Bogan with 2 men on the left, 1 on the right. Shift the running back out to his right. Have him as an extra receiver. So 2-2 and 1 in the backfield. Pass That is complete. And that is the number 22, Brian Box. So short gain there for Marple. With 2 minutes left to go, 2nd and 7. I mean, you have to give credit to the Jags as well. They truly got their act together the second half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would think the coaches might have been a little disappointed and frustrated at halftime, and then you come out, you saw a bit of a different team, and they really got down to business and took care of things.
Michael Favakia with the run. 1:27 left to go. It'll be 3rd down and 7. There was no gain on the play. We'll get down to the 1 minute mark. Again, thank you to SFBN, to Kevin Conrad, and our sponsors tonight. And thank you to all our crew, including Coach Mink, who did a fantastic job at color tonight. They'll throw, incomplete. 54 seconds left to go. It'll be 4th down. And we'll see what they do here.
The clock just keeps running, though, now, even with the incomplete. So they're timed for one more play here, looks like.
Yeah, the play clock is still on. It's at 24 with 35 seconds left to go, so they have to run a play. But they're going to bring down that clock as far as possible.
Yeah, this might be their last chance unless they get out of bounds, right? Or no, it's not even out of bounds.
No, not even that. The clock will still run.
So this will be the last play.
15 seconds. Now down to 10. They scramble. Fires. Intercepted in the end zone. Brings it out to the 1, 2, 1, and that is your ball game. Garnet Valley wins 42-7 over the Marple Newtown Tigers here at the Mo. Extending their record to 3-0. Marple goes to 1-2 on the season. And the Garnet Valley Jaguars will be playing Upper Darby next week here at the Mo, 7 o'clock, same day, same time.
So the Jags move up to 2-0 in the Central League, and Marple will fall to 0-2 in the Central League, 1-2 overall. Again, a tale of two halves there. Just like the championship game last winter, the Marple put a bit of a scare into the Jags, but the Jags kind of outlasted them then, and they did the same thing today, imposing their will there in the second half, and another big victory for them. But Marple, arguably in a bit of a rebuilding year, and some bright spots in their play tonight that they can look forward to building on. Jags again with another victory behind them, another victory for Coach Ricky in his final season, and a good night overall, and a make for a good weekend in the Garnet Valley.
Yeah.
So again, I want to thank our crew, SFBN crew, producer Joe Magro and Luciano Duffy, camera Josh Abrams and Goody Marcuson. Thank Greg Mink, who had to run away for had some work-related issues pop up, and then and of course our associate producer and fourth quarter play-by-play guy, Ben Hoyt. Thanks as always. Appreciate it. You're doing a great job, and
thank you.
Look forward to seeing everybody next week. Again, as Ben said, another home game against Upper Darby. Tomorrow, the big game in the Central League will be Haverford and Strathaven, probably the two of the better teams in the Central League facing off tomorrow evening, and we will see both of them down the road.
The last thing I do want to say is, of course, we have the MVPs of the Kickoff Classic. Congratulations to both MVPs from either team, and they will be getting scholarship money for their future endeavors, so congratulations to them.
All right. For Ben, I'm Pat Patterson. Good night, everybody.
Good
Thanks,
night.
Goody.
See you next week.
Guys.